Hey, y'all. What's today? Tuesday? Because I didn't come on yesterday, so I'm confused about my days. Let me fix my shirt so y'all don't think I don't have no clothes on. Listen, happy Tuesday, everybody. Happy Tuesday, okay? It's trending topics, and the title is called So Sad. Yeah, very sad. Kendya Moore officially fumbled the bag. Yes, she did. She fumbled the bag. She is not returning to RHOA season 16. It's a wrap. And many people, they're going to be like, oh, that's foul play. Oh, it's messed up. Oh, people did things before. Girl, look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. Listen, you know, I'm not one. Y'all know me over here. I don't really do the race thing like that. I don't go through all of that. I'm not no woe is me girl, but I recognize who I am. I recognize what culture I was born into. Yes, I do. I look in the mirror and I know that I can't do as they do, because I will get a harsher punishment. You see, Justin Timberlake was allegedly driving under the influence. And it was like, oh no, he's a good guy. He made a mistake, so forth and so on. That's what everybody was saying. Now, if it was Diva in Sag Harbor driving under the influence, they would have had the handcuffs on my behind my back. They would have had what you call it when they got your cuffs on your feet too. And they would still be blasting me on the news, talking about how I was driving drunk under the influence in such a good neighborhood, and I could have hit some kids. T.D. Maury talking about it. Yeah, she fumbled the bag. She's done. But see, when I told y'all that the other day, come on, the shackles. They would have had the shackles on me, Special K. They would have had the shackles on my feet. Take the shackles off your feet so I can dance. Yeah, they would have had the shackles on me. So Kendya Moore was 10 toes down. I didn't do it. I told y'all where there's smoke, there's fire. Y'all know what y'all don't like over here, but we're going to continue to do it. Y'all not going to stop us now. We're going to continue to do it. Y'all don't like when we break it down and we get real with the story. Y'all want us to stay sensational with it. Y'all want us to be like, OMG. Did we not tell y'all over here that that was a work situation and she was dead wrong? We told y'all that. Y'all beat me down. Kandi tried to save her. Kandi can't save you, girl. She don't even work there no more. And she was talking straight foolery. You fumbled your $1 million bag. We also told y'all when she did that live that she was crying broke. Yeah, they were throwing tomatoes at me, Emmanuel. Yeah, you too. They was throwing tomatoes at us. See, over here, what we don't do over here is we don't stay in the emotional piece of it. We keep it real. That don't mean I don't like Kendya. Let me tell you who don't like Kendya. All of her friends that told her that what she was about to do was okay. They don't like her. She should have been friends with the diva. Because I would have told her, no, there's another way you could get this Britney back. So now her and Brooklyn can potentially become homeless. Or they call it unhoused now. They claim she was clearing $90K a month. You want to mess that up? You making that type of money, you want to let somebody knock you off your square? Ain't nobody knocking me off my square. Listen, I don't even make nowhere near no $90K a month and you won't knock me off my square. No, I will not. I will not come off my throne to get in the mud with you. No, I will not. Not doing it. I told you, I was like, oh, no way Kendya did this. I said, who do they suspend for nothing? And Kendya Moore herself wrote a post talking about we all make mistakes. We fall down, but we get up. Yeah, you're going to get up, girl, but you're getting up with $90K less in your bank account every month. She weighing out her legal options. You're done. And if any lawyer in this world will tell you that you got a case, you getting robbed twice. Come on, Savannah, the audio don't lie. But honey, the people was over here beating us down. No way Kendya would do such a thing. Yeah, she did. She did. But we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. And what I really hope is, let's push the Kendya Moore situation to the side right now. Let's talk about this. I hope that y'all don't get caught up at your job. Because some of y'all intake this reality TV show stuff and then y'all spill it out. It comes out of you at the workplace with your friends. I told y'all over here, somebody called me a mammy. I said I would never let my friend get caught up at her job. Now where you getting your money? No. Diva, Kendya been messy. I watched her laugh at people's pain. Listen, let me tell you something. What you put out in the universe, it comes back to you. It may not come day 2, day 3, day 4. It may come years later, but it comes back to you. Now, nobody's perfect, but I tell you this, for the most part, I tried to do the right thing. They said, forgive if you want to be forgiven. I try to forgive people. But listen, y'all got to remember, too, I'm older, right? I've been here 54 years. And that's why I try to tell some of y'all, don't bump your head against the same road that I bumped my head against. I'm sipping on my tea. And I'm letting the people know, when you come over here to the diva train, we keep it 100 with you. Didn't Felicia tell y'all this was a work situation? I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Thank you to the panelists for keeping it 100. Everybody, oh my God, no, Diva. How could you say that about Kendya? I said it about Kendya because you don't get suspended for nothing. No job in this world. I don't even care if it's a reality show. They still got an HR. And she went too far. And she went too far when the temperature in the room was saying that Bravo was being sued left and right for SH, all kind of stuff. And then you go do something like that. I feel bad for her. I do. I really do. I feel bad for her. I feel bad for her. Yeah, I feel bad for Teen Twirl, but she did it to herself. And twirl, and twirl, and twirl. And now she's going to be twirling with no dollars in her bank account. And she got that hair care spa. People are saying, what about production? Well, listen, if you go in the history of any job when something go down, there's always a fall guy. It's Kendya Hair Care Spa. She took the hit. She took the hit. She took the hit. And listen, let's see if her friends that are still working throw her a couple thousand every month. Let's see. We're going to see. What we're going to talk about, Kendya Moore. And the title is Kendya Moore not returning to RHOA season 16. And she's weighing her legal options. Good luck. Now, let's y'all start the GoFundMe. Like Felicia suggested the other day. She said, where to GoFundMe? Or y'all start going to the salon in throws and dropping bunches of tips. Now they said Mark Daly got to pay her $3,000 a month, $2,000. Her in Brooklyn spend that in a day. She gotta have to downsize. I keep telling you, a lot of these people, they're gonna end up living right next door to me. I may get to see Brooklyn grow up. I don't know. Listen, okay, so I'm gonna move on. That's a Kendya Moore story. Okay. And let's talk Kandi Burruss. Everybody, listen, including myself, I am trying my best to fight the weight thing. Okay. I'm doing it. I'm staying in the fight here. But so Kandi Burruss, she said she tried Ozempic. Yeah, she said she tried Ozempic and it didn't work for her. It didn't curb her appetite. She said she still was eating the appetizer, the meal, and the dessert. Now, here's the thing. When you have access to a whole bunch of funds, you get you a cook and a trainer and an appetite suppressant and start doing some squats and jumping some rope. Because you don't got to do a 9 to 5 like the rest of us. I'm not saying she's not busy. Not saying that. But Oprah, the Ozempic. Oprah, you're in your 70s. If Oprah never worked for the rest of her life, she good. She good. And I don't like to count people money in their bank accounts. And I don't like to count if they want to still work. Work if you still want to work. But what I'm saying is Oprah don't have to work. She can go to Pilates in the morning. She could go to yoga in the afternoon. And she could take a walk around her compound at night. And she could lose some weight. But instead, she poop with the Ozempic. And then she got caught up in the ER the other day. Because a gal told her business. Gail said it was coming out her mouth and coming out her tushy. That's what Gail said. And then Oprah want to get up there and talk about, no, I just had a little incident. No, Oprah, you was in the hospital for a few days. Getting IV because you was dehydrated. Because you want to do the Ozempic. And listen, yes, Ozempic works differently on everyone. Yes, it does. And listen, I ain't against anybody. Do what you need to do to lose your weight. Yeah, Kandi had 15,000 liposuction. Not surprised. Good gosh almighty. And you know the liposuction, listen, the people going to learn. The people going to learn. Then the last story is sad. All these stories are sad in a different way. The last story is very sad. This mom, the summertime is so crazy with these water activities. For those that live in states where, the seasons change. The summertime, usually you hear about a lot of drownings. The water can be dangerous. So this mom, her son, at the beach with a friend, and they was just standing there and a wave came and took them in. And they're still looking for the bodies. And the mom, so heartbreaking. The mom said, she just wants the ocean to give her back her son. Give her back a body. Can I tell you this? Live your best life. Enjoy your life. Enjoy every day of your life. You have family, call them, speak to them, tell them you love them, hug them, kiss them. You never know when it's going to be the last day. Live your life, people, because you never know. This was her only son. My heart broke for this mom. And all I could think about is that here you are, he was just going out having fun with his friends, and now he's gone and you don't even have his body. I'm praying with that mother, because they did try to find the bodies and they could not. Couldn't find the bodies. So I am praying for this mom, because my heart breaks for her. And I'm praying that the ocean gives her back her baby, so she can just have some type of closure, so that she can, just see him one more time. And so it's heartbreaking. Yes, Sax K, I love to see you out there. Everybody hit that like button. Hit the like button, people. Diva working. Diva's going on probably, well, I don't want to say my last, because you never know what can happen, but I am going on another vacation, leaving Thursday, coming back the following Monday. And then after that, boom, 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 we're going to be working. It's on and popping. Yes. It's on and popping. But we're here tonight. We're here tonight to say, to do trending topics. The title is So Sad. Kendya Moore fumbled the bag. As a single mom, shout out to the single moms out there. Keep your head up. As a single mom, one thing I learned about work is you can't play, because tag you're it. Tag you in. Once you give birth, you gotta move differently. Your life is not your own. You are responsible for another human being. And there's a saying out there. It's a saying something to do with, the mom will always have to be a mom. They said, mommy's baby, daddy's maybe. The dad could walk out, leave, start another family. The dad could decide, I ain't paying for this child. They could do whatever you want. Tag you it, mommy. And when you know that you are the one responsible for you and your child eating, for the roof over your head, for the medical insurance, why would you play games with your livelihood like that? And I know a lot of y'all wanted to wait for the evidence, right? I gotta wait to see if, Kendya Moore really did this. Sometimes you could put two and two together. Now, I ain't saying I went to Harvard or Yale. I went to the local community college. But one thing I learned is 1 + 1 = 2. She had an event, and talking about Kendya, in her shop. After the event, people that were at the event tweeted like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. Yeah, I heard the audio. Come on now, Sass Cage. You heard the audio. What else do you need? I guess they needed for Bravo to fire her. Now, whoever got fired mid-season before? Where that happened at? Portia will be the only OG now. How you feel about that, Diva? Portia ain't gonna last too long either. You want to know why? Because Simon is for the streets. She can't film in a mansion. She can't film in that Rolls Royce. And in 2.2 seconds, he gonna say she can't film in that gold neck and hair that he paid for, the bracelets that he bought her, and the clothes that he purchased. Simon got time on his hands, and he's forever at his lawyer's office telling his lawyer to fill out the paperwork and send it over to Truly Original, Bravo, NBC Universal. So Portia might have got lucky that Kendya unfortunately is gone. And who knows who number they dialing now? Because they don't have Kendya Moore. Maybe they dialing Marlo's number. Maybe Marlo will be back in the building. But see, I don't know how true this is, but allegedly, Kendya and Portia didn't want Marlo back because they would say wasn't going to film with her. So you blocked her bag, and now yours is gone. Look, good gosh almighty. Listen, I don't talk too much. I need to bring the people in the building because we got to talk. Y'all know what I need in the chat? What I need in the chat, people? I need a what? I need a choo-choo. Hold aboard, everybody. It is Tuesday night, trending topics, and we about to get in it. The title is called So Sad. Somebody put in the chat, hashtag so sad. Yes, it's so sad. Kendya Moore fumbled the bag because she thought it was a kiki and a ha-ha to show somebody's intimate pictures. Talking about because they was readily online. Huh? Okay. Then we got Kandi Burruss talking about Ozempic didn't work for her. Listen, and I ain't judging because I got trouble too. But Kandi, how about you push away from the table, you leave one of the biscuits on the plate and one piece of chicken, you don't have to eat it all. But we'll talk about it. Then we're going to talk about the mother and son situation. Let me go ahead and load this train up and bring the people on in the building. Hey, Leo.
Hey, Diva. Choo-choo-choo.
Choo-choo-choo. Hey, my opinion. Hey, Savannah. Hey,
Diva. Hey, Pamela.
Choo-choo.
Choo-choo. Hey, people. Choo-choo. Listen, Shan said, pray for Queen Twirl. Yeah, we're going to pray for her. We'll pray for her. Because listen, let's be clear. Because I talk the truth, that don't mean that I want to see somebody downcast. But let me tell you this. Forget about what I do or do not want to see. You have to not want to see yourself downcast. That's what the point has to be. You have to want better for yourself. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. You sitting there fighting with a newbie and you're a veteran. I would have looked at that newbie and like, girl, get out of here. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into this first story. And it's going to be Kendya Moore. So Kendya Moore not returning to RHOA season 16. She's weighing her legal options. So Kendya Moore is officially putting down her peach for next season at least because she ain't coming back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and this could possibly turn ugly. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ Kendya will not return as a cast member for the rest of the production for the new season 16 after she was sidelined indefinitely for allegedly unveiling sexually explicit photos of newcomer Brittany Edie seemingly performing oral acts. Now we're told Kendya has not been fired from RHOA. Instead, we're told both sides has agreed she's just going to take a break from the show for now. Now, y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop. Y'all know that's lies, right? Our sources say Bravo is keeping the door open for a future return. However, we're also told Kendya is considering legal options at this point. Why would you agree to some terms and then consider legal options? I mean, we're talking out of two sides of our neck right now, but they think we stupid, so I'll carry on. But she's not happy with how this whole mess unfolded. In case you're unfamiliar with the drama, it all started when Brittany allegedly threatened Kendya earlier during filming of this upcoming season, with Brittany allegedly using the word GUN in a convo about Kendya during one of their feuds. Sources close to production tell TMZ the claim Brittany threatened to use a weapon was in fact investigated, but we're told it was never substantiated by the network. These same sources also said there was never a GUN present during filming. After that, Kendya ended up displaying posters of her co-star at her own hair spa grand opening while Brittany wasn't there. And there's, a dispute about that because many are saying Brittany was there, but she might not have been there when the pictures were unveiled. Bravo launched an investigation into this, and in the end, we're told Kendya's behavior was found to be in violation of their code of conduct. So what could it be, y'all? Okay. Despite this, we're told Kendya still feels wrong, with sources familiar with the situation saying her safety concerns are a huge part of the disconnect between her and the network right now. and they're just not seeing eye to eye. So two sides to the story, obviously. Kendya's former co-star Kandi Burruss came to her defense following the news of her suspension, so she clearly has RHOA folks still in her corner. Of course, Bravo has faced a number of issues this year itself, with the network being hit with separate lawsuits from ex-housewives Leah McSweeney and Caroline Manzo, which are being litigated in court right now. Oops. Leaked audio of Kendya Moore going off on Brittany Edie. Brittany does escort. She charges $1,400. Yo Gotti was like, Snapchat me that P, and you did. So hold on one second.
You are paying for all of my bags. Brittany does escort. There's an IG who saw her emails out of there. She charges $1,400 for appointment. You not only a hoe, you a chick. You are a You all cover the magazines, being a side, all cover the magazine. You all of those. Oh yes, okay. You over here on Snapchat. Your Gotti was like, Snapchat me that pussy and you did.
In terms of what Kendya may or may not do next, to be determined, stay tuned. Leo, your thoughts?
I'm going to be consistent. Kendya did this on her job. So I watched another content creator that talked about all the others that got away with doing all the things. People watching the X tapes on camera, other folks that's a part of the cast. But at the end of the day, if we ride down the road and everybody doing 75 and the speed limit is 55, when you get caught out there, you still wrong. You still get the ticket. You can't talk about what everybody else is doing. And I understand Kandi's argument about we housewives be doing crazy-ish. I get all of that. But at the end of the day, she was the one that was caught out there amidst all these lawsuits that Bravo is going through. I understand that Kendya need her check, but I can't understand it more than she can understand it, and she still made the choices that she made. She knew her money was on the line more than I do because she's living that life. She can sue, she can say this, she can say that. At the end of the day, she is the one that made these choices. So I feel, because I like Kendya, more so in the latter seasons than the earlier seasons. I like Kendya. I'm not saying this because I don't like Kendya. I do like Kendya, and I understand Kenya's moves, and she tried to one up this Brittany young buck, but you allow the young person or the new person to come knock you off your square, and you went gutter low. So that did not really work for you. And it's okay if you're okay with the consequences, because look, if you're going to do that, then be okay with the consequences that come next. Don't do it and then be like, I'm going to sue and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. You did what you did. You must did not think through what could possibly happen to your reputation, and not only your reputation, but your viability to be able to make money in this reality sphere that you done got yourself into. Like you done did your whole, you did your whole self in. So I'm gonna be consistent. I understand that Housewives is messy, and it don't matter who was messy, who threw tables, who threw chairs, who threw blows, who did what. You got caught out there in the wrong time, and now you're gonna have to pay the consequences, and it just is what it is.
What's your check?
I'm off the line.
All righty now. In my opinion, you're up.
I think wrong is wrong. I think it's wrong to do it to somebody. Like I said, I don't know the situation, but if they concluded that they did an investigation and this is what the evidence came out, then I'm gonna stand firm on it. Nobody should ever do that to any woman. But
I appreciate you. Thank you so much. In my opinion, Savannah, you're up.
Hey, Diva. Hey, panel. Outside of everything that has been said about this situation over the past few weeks, one of the barriers of women in reality TV spaces, whether real in quotation marks or scripted, is other women. And it's sad that, especially, African American women, they face more systematic barriers and they receive less support from others outside of their community. So while my heart breaks for Kenya's situation, Kenya put Kenya in this situation. And she should have never allowed anyone to knock her off her pedestal. So I I see her as a Nene trying to beg to be back into TV spaces. And I do say beg, um, because Kenya has a lot going on with her salon and her tax issues, where she needs money to have a way of living. Because those $3,000 that Mark is required to pay is not going to do for much. So I'm glad this story is coming to an end. But I don't think we've seen the last of Kenya.
Yeah, this is sad. It was production that set that up, not Kenya, and that's why she's suing and she has a case. All right, Cookie, help her out with her legal fees. And she has a case. I wouldn't. Katrina, you're up.
Hello, y'all. How y'all doing today?
Good.
Oh, okay. Can can you start her own self up? Can you mess like you said? Can you fumbled her own bag? Kenya has done some nasty things to people on that show. She do it with a smile. Everybody say when you go low, can you go to the gutter? Well, Kenya went to the sewer, and this time she's not come pulling herself up out of there because you messed up your own money, knowing that you said you was divorced, but you said you was divorced in November, but then you said you won divorce the other day, but now you got divorced. So you already knew this man was not doing anything to help you with your child in the first place. So there's no possible way that you should have did anything that messed up your money. And then you got this salon, you invested your money in that. And don't nobody want to see nobody fail. Nobody wants to see Kenya fail. We already know how Kenya is. We know her antics. We know how nasty she can be. Ever since she did that to Kim Fields. But the thing of it is, and people, they say we love Kenya, we do all that. And a lot of people love Kenya. A lot of people don't love Kenya. But Kenya was the only one that messed up Kenya, not us.
That part. Thank you, Katrina. Juanita, you're up.
Good evening, everybody. In the words of Nene Leakes, you don't win when you play dirty.
You better
Kenny
talk.
has been playing dirty all the time. She did with Portia with the props. She attempted her, and several other ladies on the show. So now she did something. She wrote a check that her behind couldn't cash,
Mm.
and I mean, I'm sorry because she's a single mother and all, but she should have thought about all of that. And why try to tear another woman down? This is what I don't understand about some of these shows. You're supposed to build each other up. And I just hate it for Kenya because she's got a baby to raise, and no Mark ain't giving her nothing but that them little pennies. It's nothing what she's used to. So I just feel bad for her. But she brought it on herself. That's all.
She most certainly did, and it's sad. Wayne, you're up.
Um, Kenya then twirled out as fast as she twirled in. And she, you know, when you have children, I don't care what profession you are, what kind of business you know, you don't leave a paper trail for your kids to find out when they get 16, 17, 18 years old and they go back and see this stuff. You know, now I'm going to go as far as to say any decent woman would have never shown anything like that.
Come on now, talk.
That's just morals
and talk.
That's just morals and decency. It's just stuff you don't do to somebody, you know, regardless of whether I don't care what she did. I wouldn't care if she was walking up and down the street butt naked. It's not your position to try to devalue somebody. And I think she was trying to, in my opinion, trying to send a message to Brittany that you're not good enough for the housewives. I mean, why would you go so low? Like you said, this girl is a newbie. You done lost your money to a newbie.
Come on now.
Now the newbie getting the check, but you not.
Could talk about it.
How much sense did that make? And we're not talking change. You talking life-changing money.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
That's life-changing money. 90-something thousand a month? Who gets that kind of money? But Kenya thought, you see, they pumped her up, all that, you know, all that crazy stuff that the housewives do and stuff, you know, you do that. But at the end of the day, you're responsible for your actions. You're responsible for what they say, what you say. I wouldn't care if Bravo told her, oh, it's all right. You can show that. I mean, it's just some kind of morals, you know. I mean, if Bravo told you it was all right to go out there topless, you know, and would you do it? No. When you do something like that, to me, you just devalued your own self.
Come on now.
And the thing about it, it's showing. It's showing. People are going to show her what they think about her by not going to that salon, by not supporting her. None of her friends but Kandi coming to her aid. And the ones she thought was friends, I bet she probably did something to them or treated them some kind of indifferent way. And because she's like I don't want to say a star of the show or, you know, has this presence on the Housewives, that she could be intimidating. Well, she intimidated the wrong person and it didn't turn out like she expected. And nobody's doing a GoFundMe for all the people that think she wasn't wrong or whatever, you know, somebody, it doesn't take, you know, Kenya doesn't have to start that GoFundMe. Anybody that thinks she was wrong and needs some, and she gonna need some money. So somebody need to take up the mantle and get that GoFundMe started for her. If you love her, you'll do it. I'm done.
I appreciate you, Wayne. You know, Cherry, you better remind the people. Kenya has always worried about other women, what other women did with their private parts. She was obsessed with Portia and Bolo. She always claimed Marlo was an escort and had a credit card reader between her legs. Oh my gosh. Felicia, you're up.
Well, good evening, everyone. I'm so glad to be here with all of you on this Tuesday. Diva, if you will allow me to read from the NBC Universal handbook for a brief moment, I would appreciate it.
Oh, cool. Come on, talk to us.
Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
So for anyone who wants to check it for validity, only thing you have to do is Google the NBC Universal handbook. And on page 1 of 13, it starts out with harassment prohibited.
Okay, come on.
So that folks can really understand, this was implemented last October 2023. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what existed prior to this, but this is what's in play right now.
Uh-huh.
So the general concept is, what is it? Harassment is a type of discrimination. It includes conduct that creates a disrespectful, intimidating, hostile, degrading, or offensive work environment for another individual based on one or more of the protected characteristics listed above. And those characteristics come under race and gender and nationality, religious, things like that. So they say, who is covered? The company will not tolerate harassment of its employees or job applicants by other NBC Universal employees or by non-employees, such as contingent workers, freelancers, contractors, vendors, and guests. So then it goes on and says, well, when or where does this apply? This policy applies to conduct at work and in work-related settings, whether on company premises or off-site, and whether during or outside of regular work hours. It includes during work-related travel, on production locations,
Come on now.
social events with colleagues, including vendors or other business partners, and on social media sites. Examples. Harassment can take many forms. It can be verbal, physical, or environmental.
Hold on, Felicia. Hold on one second. You said it can be verbal. Did y'all not hear the audio?
Yeah.
Did you not hear the audio? Go ahead, talk to us. Talk to us.
It can be verbal, physical, or environmental. Identifying what is harassment involves reviewing the specific situation, but the following examples illustrate some of the types of conduct that may violate this policy. 1, derogatory, ridiculing, or demeaning comments. 2, jokes that reference a protected characteristic. 3, slurs or name calling. 4, reliance on or expression of stereotypes. 5, nonverbal behavior, such as staring at someone in an intimidating fashion. 6, express or implied threats. 7, destruction or defacement of an individual's property or workspace. 8, use of one's physical stature or presence to intimidate or interfere with others. 9, use of one's perceived stature or position within the company to intimidate others. 10, excluding others or making them feel unwelcome. 11, displaying or sharing offensive images. Displaying or sharing offensive images. 12, offensive or unwelcome comments about appearance or personal or physical characteristics. And finally, inappropriate touching or other physical contact. I asked Diva to let me read this because, as I said to you guys before, if you're in the American workplace, there is an employee handbook in probably well over 85% of them. I encourage you to read it and to know what the policy is. Yes, there are people who will probably break that policy, who will do things that's against that policy. But as we're talking honestly and directly on this panel, it doesn't mean that you will be able to speed in your vehicle and be the one that don't get caught. When you are your sole provider, or you're a single parent, or you're supporting your own parents or extended family who are depending upon you, when a coworker comes at you, makes you uncomfortable, does things that violate your privacy, you're to go to that handbook and file your complaint. Do not engage. Do not get into the verbal, physical, intimidating process. This story, I don't know any of these people. I don't really follow this show. But I am a mother. And although my children are grown, I still want to be able to contribute to their lives. And that's why I get up and go to work to take care of me. And then I could take my children, the grandkids, on a vacation.
You better talk to the people, Felicia.
Don't allow people attitudes, their anger to get in the way of your blessings.
Oh, come on now, talk.
There is darkness coming for you. They want to take the joy from you. They don't want to be seeing you happy.
Come on.
Please do not engage. And if you're behaving in a manner such as I just read, stop it today. Don't do it anymore. And if you're one of those people who you've been on a job for 3 years, 5 years, and you know you're supposed to be to work at 9 o'clock, and you keep showing up at 9:20, 9:45. Understand you're putting your money, your survival, your economics in danger. Get that employee handbook. Know it. Have it at home. Don't let this happen to you. Thank you.
No, thank you, Felicia.
Thanks for bringing us the facts.
Hold on now. Talk to the people. Talk to the people. Don't engage. Don't let them knock you off your square. Don't get down in the gutter with these people. Somebody put Special K put blessing blockers. They come to destroy, kill, have you lose your stuff, and still have you lose your stuff and have you go off. So now everybody looking at you like you the problem and they the one that started it. No. I'm a professional at this thing because I've been around for a long time. You ain't going to catch me. You're not going to block my money. You're going to sit there and go off and I'm going to sit there and remain calm. I'm going to be meditating in my head while you losing your mind.
Diva, if I may also add, because I am aware of many of you do probably work remotely. Let me share a personal story. One of my co-workers was working remotely, believe it or not, got into a confrontation with her other remote workers. They asked her to leave. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Don't get caught out there. Protect your family, protect your gifts. If it's too much, resume boot camp, get out there, look for something else while you have that. If you can't take it, you go to the doctor, say, these people got me out here. I can't sleep, I can't eat, I'm not at peace. But please, don't go the way of a Kendya Moore. I understand that some people believe it's production. I'm not disagreeing with that. But who's to say that they haven't been let go? So, we're taking on an energy that we don't have to. But what we can do is do better for ourselves and our families and protect whatever is your stream of income.
You better talk about it, Felicia. Protect your stream of income because many people, even though they don't want to say it, many people are one check away from poverty, from being unhoused. And even in Kendya Moore making $90K a month, she still, just like anybody else, is probably one check away from being unhoused. We told y'all when she did her Instagram live, that was about money. We told y'all that. You don't never see Kendya Moore doing no lives like that and then going to say with the common YouTubers say, I'm waiting to about 10 to 15,000 people get up in this live before I start to talking. That's about money. Kendya crashed Marlo's wig business with the band. Come on, Cherry. See, over here, I like the truth. I like the truth. This is truth right here. Kenya crashed Marlo's wig business with the bear when the phrase Kendya Moore hair care was started. So I'm surprised she crashed her own spa opening with this foolishness. She did it to herself. So she can't even blame any other cast member. She did this to self. This is self-sabotage. And she considering suing. Girl, save your money.
Diva, can I say something real quick?
Give me a minute, Katrina. Save your money. And well, wait, hold on one second. Well, yes, anything with a coworker, no matter where you are, is common sense. It's common sense, right, Sasuke, to some people. Sabotage your own business. Go ahead, Katrina, and then I got to get to Emmanuel.
Okay, that's fine. I just want to say everything that Felicia read out of that contract with NBC Universal, maybe Wendy and Candace need to look into that, because Giselle did all that to them, except for, the other stuff with, the P thing. But everything that Felicia read out, that happened to them on RHOP. But that's all I got. I didn't want to bring that up. I'm just saying, I'm just letting you know everything that Felicia said. It happened
But
to Candace and Wendy.
let me. I hear you, Katrina. But let me add this: the rules get implemented when they want to implement them. Let's be clear.
True that.
So any given day, any employee can end up breaking a rule, whether they know it or not, directly or indirectly, that is in that handbook. But the handbook really doesn't come into play until we want it to. That's how jobs work. You keep it 100 with yourself. Yeah, there's a policy.
You better talk, Diva. You better tell them.
There's a policy about not being late. But until they want to get rid of you, they really don't care. Now they want to get rid of you. They're going to come to you and say, well, isn't your start time 8 o'clock? You got, and they could just give you a verbal warning, and after the verbal warning, it depends on the job. That's why Felicia said, get the handbook. They can say you're fired. It depends on the job. There's what they call at-will states. At any time, I could wake up and say, I don't want you no more. So, everybody like, I'm suing. What are you suing for? Do you know the rules and regulations of your state, let alone the handbook from your job? They tell you when they're going to implement those rules. Emmanuel?
First of all, I would like to take a moment and say that last year I predicted that Kenya and Kandi would not be back on RHOA, and it happened. It was an unpredictable way, but it happened. This doesn't surprise me. The reports were all reporting the same thing. I agree with you, Diva. I found it crazy how people are so quick to believe anything, but with this, they needed to see proof and evidence and receipts and screenshots. They were in denial. They wanted to act oblivious, but everyone was in line. Kenya took it too far. People have been trying to bring up false equivalencies and all this, but as we know, or as we have been saying for a while now, she committed a crime on camera for the show. But not only is she a horrible person, she's pretty dumb too, because she likes to brag about how smart she is and all that. But you couldn't think, number one, it's a crime, but number two, my company and my boss are getting sued for similar situations. That's crazy to me. I don't know why Kandi got into it, but I'm thinking that maybe when she gave that statement, maybe she already knew that Kenya was fired. This is also why I never believe when people said that Kenya changed when she gave birth, because she said that she wanted this salon to be her daughter's legacy. But now look what happened.
Wait, hold on, Emmanuel. You done said a word right there. Talk. Go ahead, talk.
She said, this will be my daughter's legacy. But now look what happened. Now everybody will know that this is the salon where Revenge P was shown and the owner got fired from her job. That's what the legacy is going to be. So stop making excuses and blaming others. This is a woman who is over half a century. She knows what she's doing. Kenya is in trouble, though, because that house is a lot, and the rent for that salon that has no customers. So I wish her the best, and I hope that she won't struggle, but I do hope she reflects on her character flaws of wanting to destroy people, because that's the thing about Kenya. She doesn't just go after people like, oh, you have an ugly dress or whatever. No, she tries to destroy their lives, And this stunt was just the most vicious and evil thing she could have ever come up with. And also, let's be a lesson for everyone not to laugh at someone's downfall, because Kenya was celebrating and she was really thrilled that Phaedra got fired. And don't forget when she went on countless interviews making fun of Nene for being on very few episodes. And she wanted to say, oh, the network's putting her in her place. On reality TV, you're just as good as your last performance. So good luck to her. And in the word of Dolores from New Jersey, you gotta let someone destroy themselves, because they'll do it better than anyone. Maybe she'll get a few roles on Lifetime like Lisa Rinna. Now, I don't know if she'll sue the company, but if she does, she can go ahead and say goodbye to her career, because one thing we got to give to Phaedra is that when she got fired, she never, ever, ever spoke negatively about the network. And then 5 years later, now she's on 5 shows for NBC. And she's going to be on Watch What Happens Live this Sunday with Portia, like for a little special. So it is what it is. But yeah, she did this to herself. It's been years and years of nasty behavior. And the words of Nene, so nasty and so rude.
You better talk, Emmanuel. Very well said. Very well said. And for the salon that you wanted to be, the legacy for your daughter, that's the shenanigans you bring through the door. Julius, you're up.
Well, I want to say to my hairstylist that's currently now out of work, it's okay to work at the chain hair salons. You may have to take a pay cut, but it's okay. Walk-in clientele is a blessing. As far as the Ken Witch goes, as my 9th grade principal would say, you knew what you were doing. You knew. You decided to fluff around, now you're finding out. I heard very vaguely the audio. And this is from a personal experience. You knew what you were doing. It's not a joke. You were doing it to bully, to belittle, to embarrass, to intimidate. And you got tossed like the trash you are. Your moral compass is dirty, and it's going to take you and you alone to clean it. That's all I have to say.
I appreciate you, Julius. Listen, feel for Kenya. We'll stay connected to this story. Praying that she has a plan, because when you got 1 year of a salary gone, very sad. Smoke, you just slid it on in there. Anything you want to say about this Kenya Moore story?
Well, I guess Kenya can really apply for that job for pushing people's chairs in and out, since she like doing that to Kim Fields. I mean, listen, and it's, what's fine. I find very interesting. Portia of all people is standing by her during this difficult time. After all the things she did to Portia is, well, I don't know if it's a true friendship or alliance. We can see if they show the show, but I mean, you reap what you sow. You lay down with dogs, you come back with fleas. What's done in the dark always comes to light. So I hope, she has saved up her Miss America funds or scholarship funds, whatever, because she's going to need it. And I highly doubt anyone's going to make an appointment at her hair salon after this situation. So talk about messing up your bag and ishing where you eat. Like, you don't do that. Like, it's never that deep and never that serious. Now you are out of a job, your highest paying job, and you know how deep Bravo and especially NBC Universal's pockets are. So you'll be on the Nene League's unemployment line, like not and trying to find a job, and people be like, Bravo be like, nope. So it's like, it's never that deep. And she also did something on her story talking about, you wonder how people always do something to you and they frame it a certain way in response. I'm like, you are a professional victim. It's always someone else's fault at your big age that you can't take responsibility for what you did. You could have found another way. You're a supposed shade assassin. You could have just got that girl with your words, but now she done literally took your job and your money. And now what?
And you got little Brooklyn to raise. And so allegedly, well, it was in an article, Mark Daly is supposed to be paying her $3K a month, but really it's $2K for child support, and then $1K has to go to the college fund. But he claims he only makes $5K a month. Y'all do the math on that. Does that even make sense to you? You only make $5K a month, and you giving out $3K to Kendya Moore. It'll be interesting if she sees this money, unless he was not being 100% truthful with the amount of money that he's making a month. Either way, though, Kendya Moore, disappointed, sad. And I think all of these ladies that are in reality TV, they don't get how amazing of an opportunity that they have. There is not even when you're on what do you call that? A syndicated show, right? Sometimes are some of those people making that type of money, right? And some of them have to work their way up to get a certain amount per episode. To get $90K a month, and really you got to go on trips, you got to go to lunches and do certain things like that, and you fumble the bag. And I think Nene left before the pandemic or during the pandemic. Is 4 years later, she's still in litigation. You got lawyer money to spend like that, Kendya? Talking about you looking at your options? This is stop. Okay. Yeah, listen. Angela Bassett is raking in the dough, but she paid her dues. But she's far and few in between. You heard Taraji P. Henson saying she broke. And that came out of Taraji mouth, not Diva. So let me go ahead and roll into the next story. All right, so let me roll into the next story. Let's do this Kandi Burruss. So Kandi Burruss, like many others, she says she tried the Ozempic, and Ozempic did not work for her. And there's so many celebrities turning to this Ozempic to help them lose weight, right? So Kandi Burruss stopped taking Ozempic after it failed to curb her appetite. I didn't lose any weight. So Kandi Burruss stopped using Ozempic after the trendy weight loss drug failed to garner results. Last year, I tried it. The Real Housewives of Atlanta alum 48 exclusively tells Page 6 virtual reality podcast while promoting her partnership with HydroCut. I saw so many people who were trying it and losing weight, as Burruss, noting that she knew a ton of women, including former Real Housewives of Atlanta castmate Marlo Hampton, who had success with the medication. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try this. And I didn't lose any weight. Let me see. Okay, I just want to make sure I went to the right way. They don't think I'm not, where did it go? I'm sorry, guys. They don't think I'm not Sanger says that those in social circle stated that something must be wrong, or that she simply needed to take a higher dosage to set pounds. Even the doctor who prescribed the medication to Burruss was confounded by her body's response. My doctor was like, I don't know what the problem is. I'm not seeing this in other people, she recalls. Ozempic, an FDA-approved prescription drug originally designed for type 2 diabetes patients, is one of the brand names for that drug, which impacts the brain to maintain you being full and suppress one's appetite. But Burruss says her hunger wasn't deterred in the least. It didn't curb my appetite. I know some people who are like, oh, I can't eat. Not me. I was eating appetizers, a regular meal, and dessert. Okay, she explains, it didn't stop anything for me. A succession of public figures, including Oprah Winfrey and Kelly Clarkson, plus Real Housewives of New Jersey vets Dolores, Margaret, among other newly stars, have admitted to taking versions of the drug for the slimming effect. Burruss tells Reality T that her body's opposite reaction to the drug made her sad. When you see it work for other people and it doesn't work for you, it makes you depressed, she shares. Realistically, it makes you feel like, what is wrong? Why is it not working for me? The Grammy-winning songwriter says she gained significant weight after announcing her departure from RHOA earlier this year. After I left Housewives, I was eating good, living good. Now, mind you, I was already 10 pounds over my desired weight at the top of the year. But then when I announced that I was not going to do Housewives anymore, I was eating dessert every day, taking trips, just living it up, she remembers. But before I knew it, I was like 170-something pounds, Burruss added, and it was not cute. The multi-hyphenated who says she relied on I can't pronounce this thing, in her younger years to maintain her preferred weight, had her team reach out to the company as she was curious to see if their range of products could aid once again in her desire to lean out. My team, they reached out to the HydroCut team and we worked it out. So I started out just changing my eating habits and using the medication twice a day, and I lost 10 pounds in like 3.5 weeks, she raised. I'm feeling good.
Hydroxycut.
Thank you, Wayne.
Thank you, Wayne. Burruss says she is pairing Hydroxycut. Its main ingredient being C, whatever it is, a non-stimulant compound found in green coffee, which shown to metabolize carbs, fats, and proteins with vitamin B with a new workout regimen. I talked to a trainer and he's putting together a good workout plan for me, says the entertainer who is embarking on a summer tour with Escape and their fellow R&B group SWB. While I'm on tour, I'm going to make the most of the gyms at the hotels, and I'm going to work out many days a week, stick to eating correctly, and do Hydroxycut and see how it goes. She elaborates, so I'm excited. Pray for that I can stick to it. Burruss says when she reached 170-something pounds last year, it felt a lot for a petite 5'3" frame, and now hopes to obtain a goal weight of 130-something pounds if possible. My ultimate goal is basically lose 20 pounds to get back to where I was last year overall, but I would love to overall lose 30 so that I would be into my 130s. I have this joke, like I haven't weighed 130-something since I was 30-something, she says with a laugh. It's been years since I felt like I was real slim and trim, slim thick, as I like to call it. It's been a minute, and I would love to just see myself get back to that, to be my best self. Now, listen, many people struggle with the weight. Many people are doing so many different things to try to lose the weight. I get where, Kandi is at. But it's also hard for me when a lot of them promote these different medications to lose the weight. I'm on the fence with that. Leo, what are your thoughts?
So, Diva, I listen closely. So you're on the fence with her using Hydroxycut? I'm
on the fence with when all of the celebrities promote these different medications, and I'm not saying that this is Kandi's story, but a lot of them sometimes they're promoting these medications and then they show how they lost all of this weight and they're looking fabulous, but in the meantime they just left the surgeon's office. Do you see what I'm trying to say? So I'm not a huge fan. I get it, some people really need it, right? I'm not a huge fan of these medications, but I also am not into shaming anybody that's using them. Can you get what I'm saying?
I'm trying. So what is it because Kandi is making public about her alternative ways of losing weight?
No. This is not really a Kandi thing. This is an overall thing. And I'm saying overall, I've seen a lot of these celebrities promote, when you have so many followers like that, right? And the followers see one day I'm 190 pounds and then tomorrow I'm 130. And I told them I use Hydroxycut or I use Ozempic, right? And I'm not saying Kandi has done this or anybody else, but then behind the scenes, I'm getting liposuction and all of that. A lot of times when celebrities promote these different products, they're not telling the full story. I remember Susan, what is her name? She did the Thigh Master. And she promoted the Thigh Master big time. And they said
Yes, she did.
Suzanne Summers.
Suzanne Summers. And they said at the end of the day, she did a whole lot of liposuction, surgery, so forth and so on. So what I'm saying is a lot of these celebrities, they promote this stuff, and then at the in the back end, that's not what got them looking to what they look like. Like a lot of them promote that what's the thing that holds your stomach in?
Waist trainer.
The waist trainer. But meantime, they got liposuction. So that's what I'm saying.
Right. Right. So as far as thank you so much. Thank you so much. So as far as Kandi is concerned, she's always been honest about her surgeries and the things that she get done. Like her chisel to not having a gut hanging over with all the food that she eat, because that girl love her food.
Yes, she does.
Yes, she does. And so, you know, she said that she had lipo like twice. She talked about her breast reductions that she's had. She actually put the people on camera when she was having it done. So she is not as far as I feel, as a person, that if she can't lose her weight with the strategies that she's doing now, she will like say, look, it didn't work. I had to go to the doctor. I had to get it sucked out. And she will say that, and she probably will have it on camera as she does this, because she has a section on her I Am Kandi that talks about how people have a distorted view of what celebrities do to stay fit, to have the body that people think that they got naturally. And she is very open with the fact that she's not an Oprah. She says about what she's doing. But I do understand the concern about hydroxycut, because hydroxycut is, in my opinion, is very, only in my opinion, not on anything that is a reflection of your channel or others who may have used it, but it is a stimulant that hyper, you know, hyper to engage your metabolism, that creates rapid heartbeat, the all heart palpitations, all the things that is not healthy to your body, from what I know about hydroxycut. And so I don't think it's a healthy way of losing weight. Maybe in her experience and Kandi's experience it is. But I am also weary about public figures, celebrities talking about these quick fix things or habits to lose weight that is not healthy, and probably are not healthy for regular everyday people who may follow them and try to say, okay, so and so lost weight using the Ozempic, or so and so lost weight by using the hydroxycut, or so and so lost weight on, it was back in the days, it was like stackers, and those things are not methamphetamine, but it is amphetamine that accelerates your heart rate, accelerates your metabolism in a way that's unnatural, that can cause heart attacks. It can cause the thinning of your veins, that the things that are so unhealthy to a regular body. And once you and once you lose the weight and get off those things, your body don't know what to do with the fat. It doesn't know how to metabolize fat. And so you end up gaining more weight than what you were before. And so it's so I'm weary too of celebrities talking about they quick fix to lose weight. It's dangerous. It's really dangerous. And I wish
you're saying
that
exactly what I was trying to say, right? It's exactly what I was
right.
Yeah.
It's dangerous. I wish that people would the celebrities and all of these people who have platforms just be quiet? As a person that struggles with weight and has to do it the regular way to lose weight, like the help, just to cut back and exercise and have to go through all that struggle to lose weight, then I hear all about these fads, and I already know in my regular brain, in my logic brain, that this is not a good thing. It is not a healthy path to a lifestyle to be able to be healthy and be able to lose weight in a healthy, progressive way. And I just wish they would all close their mouth. I really do, Diva. I just would, just shut up. Like, just be quiet. The struggle does not need these quick fixes. It does not work. It is not okay. It works in the temporary, but it does not work in the long term, and it could be very unhealthy to go into these fads. Fads are not something
they're not
is
goals. It's not healthy. That's it's not healthy.
It's not.
In my opinion, jump in.
I feel the same way. I do hate that these social media people and influencers and stars have told people, "Oh, go try this. Oh, go try that," because we all know everybody's body is not made the same. What works for one person may not work for you. Taking all these things, it can cause you other health issues down the road. Nobody speaks on that stuff. Nobody tells you that if you take this, you know what I'm saying, you may have bladder problems, you may heart problems. Like, nobody tells you that if you're taking hydrocut, it's the equivalent of taking 5 coffees. It's a caffeine pill. That's the reason why they're so hyped up and they're jittery. It's like the equivalent of taking 5 cups of coffee. Who wants to walk around like that? I don't. Okay, I just don't. So be careful when y'all are listening to these people. Just know that everything doesn't work for everybody. Consult your doctor and find out what will work for you.
I like that. Consult your doctor. That's right. Juanita, you're out.
Hey, Diva, I told you I've been on an Ozempic because I was a diabetic.
Right.
And since I've been on it, I've lost like 50 pounds. But
Beautiful.
it's for my health reason. I eat when I first start taking it, I'll tell you I forget to eat sometimes and I have to make myself eat. But I've trained myself to just, eat regular, and now that it's summertime, I eat a lot of watermelon, I eat a lot of apples, fruit, and everything. And I consult back and forth with my doctor. She checks me on a regular basis and does blood work and everything. My hope is that I can get off of, I'm on blood pressure medicine and I was on diabetic medicine. And that I'm trying to help myself by getting off of the medication that I'm on. So I'm not taking it. I've been heavy all my life, and it runs in our family. Heart condition runs in our family, and diabetes. Well, I'm trying to stop the trend. So I'm not, taking it just to try to lose weight. Now, some people that have been around me have tried taking it, and it had all kind of side effects on them. But I haven't so far had any, thank God, had any side effects. And like I said, I visit my doctor regularly to make sure that my blood work and everything is okay. So it's not for everybody. It is not. And just as soon as I get to the goal that I want to get at, and no, not have, I'm not gonna continue to take it just to keep losing. So thickness running our family anyway. So if I'm a little thick after I get off the Ozempic, hey, so what? At least I'm not on my blood pressure medicine. So
Right.
That's what I got to say about that. But
So
you
I
know, to each
appreciate
his
you
own.
for sharing your story, Juanita. And see, let me tell you the difference with you, right? You actually have the diagnosis that it was intended for, right? So the clearest picture I could give people about medication, right? So every medication, listen, Tylenol has a side effect, right? So every medication they have its side effects. And when a medication is taken and you have the process, the disease process that that medication is intended for, when you take it and it goes in your body knows what to do with it. Do you see what I'm saying? If I'm a non-diabetic, and that's how they discovered that, just give me a minute, Juanita. That's
Okay.
how they discovered that this thing also really helps people drop weight. So if I'm a non-diabetic and I'm taking diabetic medication, my body is like, well, where do I go? What do I do with this? So, and the better way for me to explain it, if you ever took a multivitamin, and it has A, B, C, all these vitamins in it. When your body doesn't need it, your body will get rid of it. And that's when you see, when you go to the bathroom, maybe your urine is the color of the vitamin, or is very dark like the vitamin, because your body is like, well, you didn't need B, you didn't need C, you didn't need E, you didn't need this. So your body is pushing it out, right? So therefore, with you, Juanita, you're probably not having as many side effects because your body really does need what that Ozempic is intended for. And then gratefully, and it's a beautiful thing, you are, in addition to that, losing the weight. And yes, losing the weight will help you with the blood pressure lowering and all of that. So so that's why I said it's not that I'm 100% against it, and I don't want anybody who's on it to feel any kind of way. My thing is, though, that a lot of times with these pharmaceutical companies, they, I don't want to say all of them, but a lot of times they care about the money more than they care about the people.
Yeah.
Best
I
thing I
understand.
can say with that is Netflix had a show called Painkillers. If you never watched it before, watch it. It will give you a good indication, because everywhere you go now, even places that did different weight loss, now they want to push Ozempic. And one of them is called, it was called Medi-Loss, where they would kind of put you on a liquid diet. Now they're giving out Ozempic. They're like, oh, we do the shots here too. So before they was promoting, like, you had to change your mindset. And let's be clear, at the end of the day, you do have to change your mindset around food. Because no matter what diet you do, if you don't change your mindset around food, you may lose 10 pounds today and gain back 20 tomorrow. When you're up.
As for Kandi is a businesswoman.
Wait, you got a lot of noise and we can barely hear you.
Oh, hold on. Let me turn my fan on. Hold on. I was gonna say, as Kandi is not mentioning or talking about hydroxycut for nothing. With the followers she have, all that. I mean, this is my opinion. I think she done struck up a deal and promoting hydroxycut. Okay, which is cool. I mean, I'm trying to stop her bag. Also, that hydroxycut, you have to be careful, because when hydroxycut came out, it was several years ago. I remember this lady who was healthy dropped on using hydroxycut. Cause see, when people that when you go to the doctor and they prescribe some medicine, of course, they tell you how to take it, when to take it, don't take it with this, don't take it with that. When you buy the over-counter stuff and you're not consulting your doctor, you don't know. And that stuff that's in hydroxycut will have your heart racing. It will make you think you can do stuff that you can't. It'll push you to the point that you think, oh, I'm gonna press my way. It's one thing when you're like, you just running, and you trying to make it. But when you are pressing your way under drugs that will make you do that, it can put you down. And that's no joke. I worked at the hospital. I don't know if this person was using it, but this man was healthy, and he dropped while running on the treadmill.
Wow.
And the gym belonged to the hospital. It was all connected. So, and the emergency room wasn't that far away. So that's what I say. If people are going to take this stuff, they need to go to their doctor, because that kind of medicine, if you're taking other medicines and you're not consulted, because I'm taking some medicine and they specifically told me, I want to say, they say, don't take this particular medicine. I'm like, oh, okay. But you have to be really careful, because all those drugs, especially like phentermine, a lot of those drugs that hype you up. I used to take phentermine. I ain't gonna lie. I used to take phentermine. And if I could take me a phentermine in the morning, I would literally work in my house until it was dark. It makes you like concentrate. You clean the spot and you keep on cleaning it. And it gives you that energy that you can just go and go and go. And if you're not checking with a doctor, and a lot of people are dropping, they don't know they're having heart issues, i.e. dropping, and don't know it, and you're taking all this over-the-counter medicine because you think it's safe because it's over-the-counter. But it might be safe, but when it's mixed with other prescribed medicines, you're going to have a problem. So I hope she's, if she's going to use it, I hope she uses it properly. I hope she's getting, she definitely got enough. She'd be a fool if she wasn't constantly under doctor's care while using it. That's it.
Thank you. I appreciate you. So my screen shifted a little bit. Leo, I know you went. In my opinion, you went, correct?
Yes, I went, Diva.
Okay, Felicia, did you go?
No, Diva, I didn't go. I wish Kandi the best. I know when you're trying to get back to where you were when you were in your 20s, it's quite a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And I know the pharmaceutical companies are the only ones really benefiting from all of this.
Come on now.
I just encourage folks, to not eat as much chicken. I mean, come on, I eat the fried chicken. I had fried chicken today. And I had the mashed potatoes. Yes, I did. So I'm good, though. That means I don't eat no dinner and I can't do it tomorrow. And for those like me who have a limited wardrobe and you better fit that size, that's enough control, okay? Because I'm not going to go out and buy a whole bunch of new clothes. So, no, I really do wish her the best. And I'm done.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Julius, you're up.
I think Kandi just needs to practice eating in moderation. That's something that I'm doing. Is it a struggle at times? Abso-freaking-lutely. But especially like even when I was on my cruise, I thought I was gonna eat a whole big plate. I ended up just pushing it to the side because my stomach was like, nope, we not doing it. So it takes lots and lots of willpower, but it can be achieved.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Katrina, did you go?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
The only thing I'm gonna say is be careful about those stimulants, because me myself personally, I took the hydroxycut black, and I was in the hospital for 2 days because my heart rate would not go down.
Wow.
Because it has you going, it has you going, it has you going. They had to keep me on Ativan and Valium to bring my heart rate down.
Wow.
So I'm just letting people know, just be careful, because I did take that. And that's when I had came out the military, I didn't think I was big. I was only weighing like 150 pounds, and I'm 5'6". But it was all muscle, and so you're trying to keep up that physique or whatsoever. But right now, what I do is I exercise twice a day. I eat in moderations. I don't eat anything after 7. I I work out. I mean, because I turned 50, and when you get older, their metabolism is slowing down. So you have to work it out to get it back. You have to readjust yourself. And the Adipex and all those type of things, we have people die. I mean, I guess I could say dying because of their heart rate, because the fen was remember the name of it was fen.
Yeah.
and then it was killing people because the stimulant is working on your heart. Anytime it's something working on your heart that's strong, and you can't take it because your heart is trying to rest, but it's still going because you moving, and it keeps you going. It keeps you going. So, and like Wayne said, Candy don't do nothing for free. I'm not saying she getting no kickback, but you out here promoting hydroxycut, and hydroxycut, like Dwayne said, has been around for a while. And what
Well,
I see,
she admitted to. She said she had her team reach out so she can make money.
I
She
figured
admitted
that. And then who to say Candy is really taking it? But we're not gonna say she's not. We're not gonna say she's not, because we have to look at Oprah when she's saying she was taking, what was it, Weight Watchers, and she was losing weight because she was walking. Then it came out she was taking the Ozempic or the Semaglutide, whatever that stuff is. She was taking that, but she was having people thinking that she was losing weight off of Weight Watchers. So you just have to be careful with these celebrities and what stuff they put out. And like y'all have already said, those stimulants is nothing to play with. If you drink too much coffee in the morning, you start getting jittery. So imagine what these stimulants is doing, because it's like 100 times, I mean, it's like 1,000 times stronger than what you're normally used to taking. And if your body is not used to that, your heart is not used to that, it's not gonna go well. So only thing I can tell y'all to do is be careful. I'm not stopping nobody from taking anything they want to take. Just be careful what you put in your body, because sometimes your body don't like what you put in there and it rejects it. That's all I got, Diva.
Thank you, Katrina. Smoke, you're up.
Oh, I'm about to put the kibosh down on Kandi. Kandi is worth how many $1 million, has access to what resources that most of us do not have. I'm sorry. I have a simple 9 to 5. I pay a trainer and I do the work that I need to do to get myself right. So there's no way that Kandi has any excuse. And unless, okay, I'll put it out there. Maybe she may have a little bit of issue with losing weight. She has access to doctors that or nutritionists that could put her on the right track to get to where she wants to be and feel comfortable. So I'm gonna say it like this: I don't think she is taking hydroxycut. I think she is just promoting it. This is just to fill her bag, and that's it. She can legit not eat all of the old lady gang restaurants menu and be fine. And it's not like Kandi is Beyonce and she be dancing on a stage with Escape. She be doing her 1-2 step and the Tamia, like, slow dance. So no, like, Kandi can afford to do the work to live the lifestyle that is healthier and beneficial for her. And honestly, she's putting the community, which is us, well, not us here, but in general, the people who don't think about it in danger, because I think like, oh, Kandi taking hydroxycut, let me get that too, and then someone end up in a hospital linked up to tubes and stuff because they went to listen to her behind. No, Kandi literally can do it the right way. She just chooses not to. So there's no excuse.
I appreciate you, because everybody's saying what I was trying to say. Yeah, you got a higher level responsibility when you got followers like that, and that particular supplement, from what I remember, like everybody was saying from way back when, it was taking a lot of people out. And maybe they have since changed things, but a lot of those supplements, they're not FDA approved. But just be careful, I would say.
You do it.
Isn't that what happened to Anna Nicole? She was on that one of those
Trim Spa. She was on Trim Spa.
Oh, okay. I knew it was something.
And you no longer see they no longer do Stacker 2. That was another fat burner that was like in the early 2000s. So it's just like that stuff is not good. And even I'll just end real briefly quickly about buying stuff over the counter and not knowing what it does when you mix it with other things.
Mm-hmm.
I took charcoal pills thinking like, oh, it's gonna help my digestive tract, and I was also like doing like, I don't know, like oil of oregano or something like that. And when I tell you, I was in bed hunched over, I couldn't keep anything down. So it's just like be very mindful of what stuff you put in your body and what you're mixing it with, because you never know the adverse effects it could have on you.
Yeah, I was like Katrina said, like I said, I've always been thick. And I was put on the Adipex, and I think that's the white pill with the little blue dots in it. And I immediately couldn't take that because my heart started racing. And I told the doctor I couldn't take that. I couldn't take it anymore. So I just had to stay fat.
Let me roll the Tay real quick. Tay.
Well, good evening, everybody.
Hey.
Kandi Burruss. Now, we all know that you always be eating at the the old ladies game restaurant every time you come on TV. Child, do it the right way. Just eat one chicken, like a baked chicken, for one day, and then eat fried chicken the next day. You know, so that way you can stay healthy and eat some salad. It's good for you. Eat some banana, apple, you name it, what kind of fruit is stay healthy for you. And some yogurt and some plain water too, because we all know what happened to sodas. Because soda is bad for you, and the energy drink too. No, thank you. Look at here, I'll tell you. When I went to Mama June's last Sunday, I ate some salad with some baked chicken with some lemonade. That was healthy for me. Eat some salad right there. Okay, we all need to take care of our body, because remember what Tina said about her body. You have to take care of your body. That's all, Diva.
Well, thank you, Tay Tay. I appreciate you, and you gave some good advice. Okay, thanks everyone for having a conversation, because I do know weight is a struggle. Listen, I struggle too. But I always think that those fad diets and those quick fixes, they're the worst, and they really screw over your metabolism. But if you are doing anything, stay safe with it, and make sure you do it with your doctor. Don't just do it alone. All right, we're going to move into this last story, which is pretty sad. It broke my heart when I saw it, but there's so many people, even swimmers, can get taken out by these waves. So, water safety is so important. Just be careful out there, whether you're going swimming or whatever it is you're doing. Just, be safe. Mom of teen who disappeared off New York beach with friends begs ocean for her son's body. You took them, she said, give them back. Let's listen to this mom. It's heartbreaking.
I'm feeling, I don't know how I'm feeling. I feel lost right now. All I want, because I have to come to reality, that's the ocean. I just need God to bring them back, because it's two kids, not one, just not mine. So give me that closure and that peace. I don't know, praying for. I wish he could just come out the water. They could just come out the water and just him out. I'm here like, I wish. But I can't reach. I don't even know what to say. I'm sorry.
I feel for this mom. So the grieving mom of one of the two teens swept into the ocean off a New York beach last week begged the seas to return her boy to her Tuesday, saying, you took the life out of them. Give them back. I don't want to butcher her name. The mother of the 16-year-old, Elijah Chandler, made the heartbreaking request 4 days after her son and his childhood friend, 17-year-old Christian Perkins, vanished into the waters off Jacob Rise Park after a swim Friday evening. That's the mother. That's her son. That's mom again there. The bodies have yet to be found, and the U.S. Coast Guard called off the search late Saturday after scouring more than 600 square miles of water from Sandy Hook, New Jersey to Long Beach, New York. That's left Noah with few options besides standing at the water's edge and pleading with the cruel sea that snatched away her only son. You took them, give them back, she said, her voice breaking. You took the life out of them, give them back. I want him to just come to us. There is no closure when you don't know where your kid is. Just come home. But he has not come back, and there is no respite for his shattered mom. I don't sleep. I don't eat, she told the Post. My friends force me to eat because they say I might end up in the hospital, and they don't want to see that. And that's the young man that lost his life. As a mom, you're thinking about something taking him, something eating him up, and I can do nothing, she continued. As a mom, I can't go save him. I can't say, I got you. Chandler and Perkins disappeared from the knee-high water in which they stood at about 6:30 p.m. when a vicious wave struck them, according to Dad Urshu Chandler. He wasn't far out in the water, he said previously. One of the boys told me when the water hit them, it was like a demon coming at them. At an unrelated Tuesday press conference, Mayor Eric Adams called the two families' loss unimaginable. You pour so much into your children, and these young boys were not doing anything wrong, Adams said. They were doing what young boys do. It's hard, it's painful, you never really recover. It's a painful moment. Shanda, an athletic kid who loved school and basketball, could not swim and was scared of the water, his family said. But the teen, who would have turned 17 on June 28, came to the beach on a whim, ditching basketball practice for the waves. The two boys were in a group of four who took to the water. A good Samaritan tried to save Shanda and Perkins, but he could not drag them both to shore. A man pulled them out, Urshu Sanders said. He was looking at Elijah. His eyes were open wide. Elijah went up and down 3 times, and then they didn't see him again. On Tuesday, the distraught dad said he has not been able to go back to work. I cry every couple of hours, he said. He maintains a vigil on the beach where he goes every day to wait for his lost son to find his way back into his arms. I walk along the edge of the water, looking to see if I see anything, he said, but I have not. I will continue to go every day. This is hard on the family. I'm sorry, y'all. It's a hard story. It brings tears to my eyes, but water safety is a thing. Leo, you're up.
So Diva, I am pretty much very close to this story. I understand that what these family members are feeling. I pray for healing energy and closure for them. I live in a coastal community. It's a different kind of pain when you lose somebody to the water. So I've lived this many times in a coastal community. In starting when I was really young, some really close to the family, friends of ours lost their father to the sea on a regular, everyday fishing trip. The boat capsized. Everybody else survived, and he did not when we were really, really young, like 12, 13, 14. And they never recovered the remains of their father. Never. 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 And so, living through this and understanding that it is very, very traumatic and very, very painful. So I'm not saying, and it has generational repercussions. I can definitely say that because this happened in the 80s and we're not in 2024. And he had 3 girls. And so I feel for this family. I understand what they're going through. Not on the ultimate level, but on the level of adjacent. On the level of adjacent to watch these people go through, these family members go through this pain. So it's not a thing that you can say, give safety warnings and be a swimmer and have a life vest or a life jacket. This young man was just on the corner of the sea. He didn't even really like the water. The water is dangerous. It is nothing that you can predict. I've been also caught up in rip currents before. And they are it's hella scary and hella strong, and you don't really have any control.
Wow.
So it is it's scary, and I pray for, like I say, I pray for the healing of this family. I pray for their resolution and their absolution, because we don't know how this situation. This mother said, you took my son. I just want you to give him back. And I pray that that happens. But it is a very strong possibility that the sea may not.
Yeah.
And so, sad.
Very sad.
That's all I got.
Yeah, in my opinion.
This is a hard story because no mother wants to bury their kid. And I think it's really hard for her because she doesn't even have him anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's in the sea. And so I am gonna pray for her and her family, that God give her some peace that's past all understanding, because that's what she's gonna need right now. She's gonna need peace. And so that's all I can say about that right now.
I appreciate you. Felicia, you're up.
Sorry for that. Reese Beach is right here in New York. It is the Atlantic Ocean, and they have very strong riptides. And they also have those things called those piers, those rocks that jut out, called jetties.
Oh.
And every year, and when I say every year, I mean every year, some young person's life is taken at the start of summer. And it's usually when there's a day off from school. So I don't know, was these young people out there on Juneteenth, probably when school was closed?
No, they said he actually ditched basketball practice to go. And he doesn't even like the water. Yeah.
I don't know. There's an attraction to that Atlantic Ocean. And they go out there. Usually they're unaccompanied. The lifeguards aren't on yet. They don't come on until somewhere around July 4th. And these lives are lost. I remember many decades ago, my sister's boyfriend drowned out there. So it's a terrible thing that, the ocean has to take a life, or 2 or 10 or 100. And the prayer is it's not going to be you or one of your loved ones. And even the best of swimmers, when they get caught up in a riptide in ocean water, will and have struggled. And I tell you that Rockaway is vicious.
Wow.
You won't see me out there. I don't go near it. I don't want to be around it. And unlike other ocean water, it is dark and dirty and filthy. So it's not even like if someone would be taken under tow, that you can see them. So it's so unfortunate. And my condolences to this mother and father. My heart is breaking for them. The loss is deeply felt by me. Very, very sorry.
Yeah. Okay, Wayne, you're up.
You can skip me on this one, Diva.
Okay, Juanita, you're up.
I'm just saddened. I mean, nobody wants to lose a child, and I remember when we lost my brother. It wasn't to drowning, but my mom always said that's the worst thing you could do is lose a child. It's the worst feeling that you could ever have. So my condolences go out to her, and prayers out to her and other father and their families, and hopefully and prayerfully they'll have some results. But I, I'm saddened for them. That's it.
Yeah, very sad. Katrina, you're up.
Diva, come back to me.
Julius, you're up.
My heart goes out to that mother. I heard that, unfortunately, I heard that kind of cry all too often. And folks, you know, this is the season is changing. The riptides are out there. Um, Not just at that certain beach, but at all the beaches across the East Coast. Um, have to be wary. Stay in the, you know, the rough crashing part of the surf, not in the fine serene part, because that's where the rip is. Um, Again, my heart goes out to that young man's family.
Yeah. Tay, you're up.
I hope for the mother give her son back because she had to bury him because no parents ever should bury their child before them. She never gonna see him graduate middle school, high school, college to have get married or have kids like that because that's just sad right there. The mother's crying out her heart because her son's in the sea right there. And we all know what's in the sea right there. Dangerous creatures in there. That's all, Diva.
I appreciate you. I'm praying that at the very least their bodies are recovered. The mom prayed, you know, that the ocean give her back, you know, her son. I'm praying for them to give some type of closure. I do know that sometimes, you know, you just physically gotta see. And it probably, you know, although she know her son is gone, it probably would just give her a different level of comfort to at least have his body. It's a rough story. I'm gonna roll right into the
Okay,
Phil.
Diva, I'm ready. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead,
No,
Katrina.
I had to get my grandson out the movies. But what I was gonna say is, people go to the ocean for paradise, and sometimes paradise is not what it's cracked up to be. In Panama City, Florida, we had 5 people to lose their lives in 1 week. They see the flags flying, and they still get in the ocean, and the rip current just take them on out. So the thing of it is, me and Felicia was talking about this today. You know, kids need to learn how to swim and all that. Even the best swimmers can get taken in because you get tired. The best way to get out of a rip current is you swim lateral from where it is, because other than that, you're going to be swimming against yourself, and you're going to get tired and you're going to tire yourself out. So you have to swim yourself to the left side of a rip current in order to get out of that, because if not, you're just going to keep going backwards and backwards and backwards, just like if you on like a escalator and you can't get off of it. And it's sad that you don't have a body to bury, and you know you've lost your child, but you don't have a place to, not to see him or anything like that anymore. And that's more harder than anything. So I pray that she gets spiritual healing. I pray that she get her heart lightened, and you just got to know that ocean is, it's there, it's beautiful whatsoever, but that ocean really is not a game, because you can be standing in one spot, the water can be at your knees, and the person standing next to you can be at your shoulders. You never knows what's under there. So only thing I'm telling y'all is just be careful about where you go, how you do, and just make sure you just see you safely. That's all I got, Diva.
No, thank you for sharing. I appreciate you. I'm gonna roll right into this feel good story. Oh, what happened? All right, I don't know why the video became unavailable all of a sudden. Don't tell me they decided to remove it. Hold on, guys. Let me just see. All right. I don't know what happened to my feel good story there. It kind of like the video just stopped all of a sudden. Let me see. Yeah, it says video. The video is now private. Well, that is interesting. All right. Yeah, I did refresh. Thank you, Shaz Kate. I did refresh. This is literally saying now that they made that video private, which is so interesting because what was I gonna say? The video was about, hair care. Yeah, something may have been wrong or controversial about the video and they snatched it down. That is interesting. I'm going to look into it because the video was about how now in the entertainment industry, they have made a rule where in the contract, they're going to give the actresses someone that can care for their hair. Listen, it was a heavy night. I'm not even going to try to fight with the video. Yeah, yes, Special K. Yeah, it was about getting black entertainment, people in the entertainment industry being able to legally get the proper stylist to care for their hair when they're working. So that's wild that video is now unavailable. Isn't that something? I'm going to look into it and see if maybe it's just unavailable right now and I can maybe play it tomorrow. We'll see. But listen, guys, it was a heavy night. I appreciate y'all for being here and hanging in with me with the stories. Thanks for watching. If you didn't hit the like button on the way in, hit the like button on the way out. And I'll see y'all tomorrow night for Trending Topics. Good night and goodbye, everybody.